My name is Dave Weinsz. The branch of the military I served in was the United States Marine Corps. I was raised during the Second World War. I had uncles in the Second World War, and I thought it was my obligation to serve my country. I enlisted in the United States Marine Corps Reserve in 1956 and was sent to Camp Pendleton, California with the 1st Marine Division. From there I deployed to the Cuban Missile Crisis, to Vietnam twice, and to Iraq and Afghanistan. After 9/11, I asked to go back on active duty and told I was too old. However, the Commandant of the Marine Corps at that time was a good friend of mine that we had served in Vietnam together, and I told him, I said, if you're not too old to serve, then I'm not too old to serve. So he put me on a special operations staff that with 8 senior officers, and we would go to Washington, D.C. or Quantico almost weekly, okay, to advise him on how to fight this new enemy. I was on a combat carrier called the USS Princeton, and we were in an assault group with a helicopter, and we were supposed to take off at 04:30 in the morning to invade Cuba. And we sat there, and 04:30 passed, and 0500 came, 0530 came, and at 0545 we were told to go below deck, and that's when Khrushchev blinked and turned his ships around, and it was resolved. Now the thing that would have happened had we gone in there, they probably would have fired one. We would have countered with firing one back or to Russia, and today's world would be a lot different. So as much as we were young and wanted to fight, okay, it was very good that we didn't. How I lost my hearing, everybody wants to know that. Well, I was on a patrol one night, and we were out, and we were off the road. The Marine Corps always goes into the sides of the road rather than march down the road. And a guy was in a spider trap, what they call a spider trap, where they dug a hole, and he was down in the thing and had a lid on it. And I had a gunnery sergeant with me, and I had a communicator with me, and the rest of the guys were out on the flanks. And this guy popped out of the hole and threw a grenade at us. And it happened to be a flash bang grenade. And flash and boom, knocked me down, knocked my gunnery sergeant down, knocked my communicator down, and stunned us. And I was bleeding out the ears and out my nose. And I thought, well, my gosh, we're going to be attacked. And I still don't know to this day why that guy threw a flashbang and not a regular grenade. And we weren't attacked for some reason. And one of the squad leaders came up and said, you know, Captain, the guy went back down in the spider hole right here. So we dispatched him. Why do I think Veterans Day is important? Because there's an awful lot of young men and women that have given their life for the life that we live today. And all you have to do is look at the cemeteries in Normandy, the Punch Bowl in Hawaii, to see all these people that died because we can live like we do today, in peace, basically in peace and quiet. Not totally, but basically. Students could probably honor veterans that have served, you know, whether they're retired or whether they're active duty. I know that Dublin Scioto, they honor the veterans that are in the school system. I think that it would be good to just do that and have veterans parades, whatever, and have students go and understand what the military does for this great country.